Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Championcycle. We're here with Zach, and we're doing everybody's favorite, carbs.
A lot of people shiver and quiver when they hear that word, carbs.
Hey Zach, you're from Ireland. You love carbs, right?
We're gonna take these carbs out of the bike. We're gonna dismantle them. We're gonna clean them up completely, inside and out, get them all cleaned up so everything works fine. And we're gonna put them all back together, put them back in, and we're gonna hear this baby purr. And yeah, man, hang around. I think you guys are gonna like this. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Champion Cycle. Cleaned the carbs out completely on this old school Gixxer 1100 here. We jetted it a couple times, getting it where we needed to be, made some carb adjustments, we synced the carbs. We kind of gave you guys a how-to. It's not as in-depth as some of the videos or some of the people may have done, as you noticed, but at the end of the day, we focus more on giving you the meat and potatoes.
Mashed potatoes is pretty much just Irish guacamole.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Right?
We're gonna go ahead and rebuild and jet and clean up a set of carbs on this old school GSX-R 1100. If you kind of pan in on the carbs, you can see these particular carbs on this bike are already equipped with K&N pod filters. It's a very common mod. Many of you at home may already have this or are planning on doing this. So in the video, we're not gonna show you how to delete the factory airbox because it's already gone. We're gonna take these carbs out of the bike. We're gonna dismantle them. We're gonna clean them up completely, inside and out, get them all cleaned up so everything works fine. And we're gonna put them all back together, put them back in, and we're gonna hear this baby purr.
All right, Zach's the wizard. He's gonna get this done in no time. We're gonna do this one time-lapse style. You guys get the idea, but once we get the carbs on the bench, then he'll talk to you all about them. Carbs are off. Be sure you put rags in there. Make sure nothing gets in.
All right guys, Zach has the carbs out. Now what he's gonna wind up doing with these carbs, as you can see, look like most of the carbs you guys will have at home, or maybe even you might have a twin carb setup, even a triple if you got an old Triumph or what have you, even a sled, it's the same concept. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and open the tops. This is the diaphragms. This will give you access to the actual diaphragms once he opens them up. What we're gonna do is just make sure there's no tears inside, nothing going on that shouldn't be in there. Make sure everything's fine in there. Then what he'll do is he'll go ahead and blow air into these air passages here with his mouth, or even a very light blow or very light touch from the compressed air. You won't wanna do it too hard and you'll be able to see the actual slider open up and down. So then we know everything's working, so we'll test each one to make sure everything's working. Then what we're gonna wind up doing is taking off the actual float bowls. They're gonna come off, each one, as you can see there's 4 of them. They're gonna come off, and then inside you're gonna see the pilot jets, main jets, and the rest of the inner passageways. So what we're gonna wind up doing is he's gonna take each jet out of each bowl and clean each and every jet independently. Once each jet is independently cleaned, we're gonna go ahead and clean the bowl, we're gonna clean the passageway, we're gonna clean everything up, and then we're gonna go ahead and put it all back together. And that's pretty much all she wrote. These things should be perfect. Depending how bad your carb situation is, if your carbs are a true nightmare, you're gonna wind up having to actually separate each carburetor, break them apart completely, break them down completely. In this situation that we're dealing with right now, we're hoping we won't have to do that. We will make that decision based on how nasty they look inside. So if they're not as bad as we don't think they'll be, then we're just gonna do a quick clean, put them back in, and that little bad boy is gonna hit the dyno. Yeah, man, he's gonna get at it, and we'll see how it goes.
Back to the bike.
So now that we've bench tested it, it fires up. That first time I fired it up, I didn't plug the vacuum cap, so it was running really lean, plus I didn't have the pods on it. So I plugged up the vacuum line, I put the pods on it, just and it fired up right go. So, and then you check each cylinder is running. So Happy days. Now I'm gonna sync and balance the carbs. So making sure that each cylinder is running evenly, that the butterflies are operating at the same rate. So what you do is you hook up these guys to your vacuum port in the intake, and then you run your vacuum line, and that'll give you, that's how you measure. You use that unit of vacuum to measure individually, and then you just match them. So you've got these adjustments inside in here, and then you just run your Phillips down and you adjust them so that they match each other. So.
Some laps on the dyno now that the Gixxer's all put together.
With running Rich, the guy's been riding it for a couple years now, running Rich like this. He had it tuned and tweaked and had a jet kit put in it just because he changed his exhaust years ago. Some shop put a jet kit in just thinking that they had to because it had a pipe, but what people don't understand is half the time it doesn't even need a jet kit. So because we are equipped with the dyno, we're able to do some pulls on this thing and actually see the readings. So we'll be able to see if it's running lean or rich. So in this bike's case, it was running rich as all hell. So we ordered a couple different jet sizes and we went down quite a bit right now, so it'll lean it right out. And then we should be bang on from here. If we're not, we have another set of jets that's one step up and we can go ahead and put it back in, but this is gonna get us where we want to. I think we're gonna be bang on, and then we'll do some little bit of tweaking while it's on the dyno to get the numbers where we want them to be, and Bob is your uncle, or so they say.
Swapped out the main jets, and we're gonna see how it runs now, and hopefully it's leaned up a little bit.
Change that plug real quick, because I can't even if we get a good run, I won't be able to record it because the horsepower numbers will be down and he won't be happy.
Well, it's just gutless, is it?
You can hear it.
Yeah.
It's misfiring. You can go crazy spending hundreds, thousands if it was a drag bike or flat slides or a race bike and every drop counted. then you could spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds upon thousands tuning the carb.
For the efficiency, yeah.
Right, but for a street bike, he doesn't care. He just wants the bike to run smooth, make good power, and run reliably. So I don't mind this. This is fine. That's fine as well. This is normal. It would go rich when you're chopping, when you're smashing the throttle on a carbureted bike.
Because you're dumping fuel.
Yeah, right. And that it's not fuel injected, so it can't, you know, time, spark, and fuel burning. None of that.
Yeah.
It's just it is what it is coil wise, and the fuel is what you give it.
Yeah.
So this area right here, you heard it in the lower area, like probably around 5 grand, like boom, 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 choking. That's the only part that I don't like and we need to address. But you see this right here, from 5 grand, it's dipping.
Yeah.
This is fine. But from 6 to 8, you see that chug dip?
Yeah.
So right here is where we're having a problem. 7 to 8, that's where we're getting that chug. So what we need to do then is, let's lean out each jet a full turn.
Full turn?
On the mixer screw.
Okay.
And then let's try it again.
Okay.
What we did was we took a look at the graph, got our readings. We went ahead and added a bit more air, kind of across the board. We're gonna see what the dyno says. What we did was we added a bit of air through the air adjustment screw all across the board, so we can kind of see how it's gonna react to that. Depending on what the one full turn did to the graph, that'll direct us into the next step. If it leaned it out pretty much where we want it to be, then then she's done and she's good. If it kind of leaned it out where we wanted it to be in the area we didn't like, in the RPM range we didn't like, but then in the lower or top RPM it went too lean, then we're gonna go ahead and pull these carbs back. Actually, we won't pull the carbs out, we can do it from the tank off. We'll wind up taking the tank off and we're gonna wind up adjusting the needle height. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'd like to keep talking for you guys, but I don't even know what else to tell you. Every bike, every carb setup, everything is different.
Yeah.
So realistically, every Gixxer 1100 is going to be the same thing, yeah. But a Gixxer, a Virago, a this, a that, a Harley, like, is different.
Yeah.
So that stupid old school mentality that in is in and out is that, it doesn't apply in the real world. Like,
Just go off the numbers, basically.
and the thing is, when you're tweaking at a place like where you were, you're tweaking based on your ear. Really? Right? You're tweaking, you're test riding, you're, oh, it sounds good. No, that's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Especially now that you see this,
Yeah.
now you're thinking, Jesus Christ, how the hell were they even doing it over there, right?
Yeah, it was test ride after test ride.
And that's the problem.
Checking the plugs, seeing
And
what
you,
the plugs look
yeah,
like.
think about that. There's essentially 3 different fuel air mixture settings within that car. 4, sorry. There's main jet, pilot jet,
Yep.
needle height, and the air mixture screw.
Fuel mixture.
Those 4 items are what makes up how the bike's running.
Yeah.
Right? So if let's say the pilot jet is too rich, right? But the main jet is bang on.
Yeah.
You'll come back from a test ride and those plugs will be black. And you're gonna think, oh, the bike is rich. But in reality, it's not. It's just the pilot.
Just the pilot.
But it's riched out the fucking plugs, so you won't know. Now that I said that right now, you're thinking, Jesus Christ, that's common sense.
Yeah.
Or so you'd think, right? Yeah. God bless the dyno. Realistically, even back in the day before we had a dyno, and even some carbureted bikes, I don't put them all in the dyno. You know what I mean? If a customer doesn't want to pay for the dyno time, you don't put it on the dyno. But at the same time, you do what you do. You do plugs, you do temperatures. Like, there's other ways of doing it, but this is by far the most accurate, right?
Yeah.
Championcycle, bro.
shut,
It's
the fuel has nowhere to go
Yeah,
and no air is coming in. So it's just pop, 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 pop.
after fire, right?
Yeah.
After fire.
It's decel pop, we call it. That's normal. There's nothing you can do about that. Carburetor bikes do it more because the slide's really close. People ejected bikes, they don't because there's an air pump.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's good. Did you hear how the last run was perfectly smooth? It was good. The last run was good. And the other run before that, it was just kind of chuggy but good at the same time. The air fuel graph was good. So what we have now is bad plugs.
Yes.
These plugs are just a little bit wrecked from what we all did. So what we're gonna do now that it's done, straight up done, we're gonna change all 4 plugs and it's done. I'm not even gonna do another run.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
For what this owner wants, it to be reliable and run good and run safe, good power, for what it is, there's no point beating this bike up anymore.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it off, button it up, put 4 fresh, brand new plugs, and he'll be as happy as a pig in shit. We literally went at the starting pull from the tweaking, we literally went from 100 horsepower to 113.
Yeah.
We made 13 horsepower.
Yeah.
Pretty good, no? From jetting?
Yes.
And we could make more. We could make more.
Yeah.
But this particular owner for this particular application doesn't care. He just wants it to run safe, smooth, clean, and reliable. We could squeeze out probably another 5 if we keep fiddling with it.
Yeah.
But at the cost of what? Another $400? No, he doesn't care. Man, we're good. She's tits. At least realistically, we only had to take these carbs out, what, 3 times?
Yeah.
So 3 times jetting, adjusting, minus not counting our adjustments and our needling and all that little playing, but it's pretty good. She's all done now. She made a clean buck 13 and change, just under 114 horsepower to the wheel. It's pretty good considering this bike online is estimated to have about a buck 22 to the wheel. That's brand new out of the crate, what they were giving. This bike's got 27,000 miles on it. So, I mean, pretty old for its age and beaten. It's got carb issues that we sorted out. It's got carbon buildup in the motor. It's got little issues still going on with it, which are all minor for its age. All in all, horsepower wise and tuning wise, I'm happy with where it is for the owner's uses. At the end of the day, the owner wanted to make the best horsepower and reliability, and at the same time, he wanted it to be safe. There's no point going crazy on an original motor, old school 87 bike with 27,000 miles, and we're not going to beat it up on the dyno for another hour trying to squeeze another 5 horsepower out of it. It just doesn't make sense. If he was racing the bike or drag racing the bike, he might be more apt to telling us to go to town and get what we can get out of it. But I mean, like this, she's bang on. She's perfect for the street. He'll be happy. We're happy. And yeah, man, that's it. That was a kind of a carb how-to. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Many more how-tos to come. If there's anything you guys want to see, don't forget, guys, shoot us a message on the channel, post it up at any of our videos, we'll see it. Let us know what you want to see, man. We're happy to help. Anything you want diagnosing help with, or just anything in particular you want to see, man. We're happy to help and kind of grow your knowledge at the same time as growing our channel. Thanks again, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, man, that's it. We'll see you guys soon. Peace. Where's the can? Right there. I didn't know it was there. I looked down there. Oh, wow.
Championcycle, bro.
You pig!
Ready?
Yeah.